If you have an air fryer and you're a fan of bite-sized potatoes that are crispy on the outside and soft within, you're in for a treat. Today I'm going to show you how to make potato wedges easily and quickly in an air fryer. Hello and welcome to I Want to Cook. My name is Chef Matt and this channel is all about helping you be a better cook no matter your skill level. And yes, today we are going to turn an air fryer into a potato making machine. We're going to transform some potatoes like these into potato wedges. Now, if you've never had potato wedges, these are often found like delis and stores, and you can kind of think of them as, well, maybe a fat French fry. But instead of being deep fried like a French fry, we are going to air fry them in one of these devices. It uses less oil, so it has less fat. It's done quickly and easily, and they are really great. You can eat them for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. They're great on the side. They're great as a snack. They're awesome. Now, before we get cooking, I want to talk real quickly about the types of potatoes we're going to be using. You can use like an ordinary russet potato for this. And I've had pretty good results with that, but honestly, I like using smaller potatoes. These are Yukon Golds, and I've had really good luck with these kinds of potatoes. These are called waxy potatoes. I find that when you air fry them for potato wedges, they just have more flavor, they have a little bit better texture, and these are my preferred potatoes. But you really can use whatever you want. I just find these russets just aren't quite as flavorful, and because they are so big, it can be kind of difficult to get them all jammed into an air fryer. So if you have access to smaller potatoes, grab these. Yukon Golds or white potatoes, even fingerling potatoes would work really well for this. First thing I want you to do is rinse and scrub these potatoes really well. Okay, I've got about half a dozen of these potatoes. I have rinsed, scrubbed, and dried them. And now to get them into wedges, we're just going to cut them in half first, just like this. And then we're going to cut them in half again. And see, this gives us a nice potato wedge. So we're just going to do this for all the potatoes until we have them in nice wedges. We do want to keep them about the same size. So if you have potatoes, like one is huge and another is small, maybe just cut it in half again so that all of them are about the same size pieces. Okay, with our potato wedges in a bowl, we are just going to toss with a little bit of oil. I'm going to use about, let's say, a tablespoon or two of vegetable oil for this. That's kind of how air fryers work. You know, you just toss the food in some oil and that coats it and that helps protect it and it helps it fry. So just toss these well. And I would recommend just a basic vegetable oil for this versus something like an olive oil. Olive oil tends to have what's called a lower smoke point, and that just means that it is not that great for high heat cooking, and we're going to be cooking these at a pretty high heat. Then finally, we're just going to put a little seasoning. So I'm going to do some fresh cracked pepper and then some basic seasoning salt. Just sprinkle this right on. If you don't have this at home, you can just use basic salt, but I do like a little extra seasoning. And then just toss and make sure everything is nice and coated. Good news, that was literally the hardest part. Now all we have to do is dump these in our air fryer, and we are going to cook them for 20 minutes at 400 degrees, and we will toss and turn them halfway through. So I realize that all air fryers aren't quite the same. You know, some are baskets like this, some are more like toaster ovens, but what you want to do is just put these in one layer right over the bin, and if you need to do it in a couple batches, then do it in a couple batches. My air fryer really isn't that big, so I don't want to crowd these too much. Okay, so this is nice and filled. And now we're just going to cook them 400 degrees, 20 minutes, and I'll show you what they look like halfway through when we give them a toss. Okay, we are at the 10-minute mark. This thing has been humming away. That is the half point. Let me show you what these look like and we'll give them a toss. Oh yeah, see, you can see that these are already getting nice and kind of brown there. That's exactly what we want. So just kind of give these a toss, you know, maybe turn them to the other side. Yeah. Okay, so give it the old shake. Now we're just gonna put these in and let them cook for another 10 minutes. And yes, my dog has been lurking around. He smells the food and he is just as eager to eat as I am. Okay, our air fryer is done air frying. Let's take a look and see how these air fried potato wedges turned out. Look at these. They are golden on the outside. I can still hear them sizzling. These look absolutely the way I want them to look. Now, I should note the first time you make these, and I do hope you make them, just kind of be aware of the last few minutes. I know that for my air fryer, it takes 20 minutes, but maybe when there's about 5 minutes left or so on your air fryer, just kind of check these guys, make sure they're not burning, and maybe they'll need a little bit more time than 20 minutes. But these results, this is what you're looking for. Now the only thing to do is plate these up and gobble them up. I recommend serving these with like some blue cheese dressing, and if you need a homemade recipe for blue cheese dressing, I'll put a link to one that I did in the description below. It's super easy and it's absolutely wonderful. And here we go. We've got a wonderful plate of air fried potato wedges with some dressing. If you want kind of a nice final flourish, you don't have to do this, but it really makes a nice presentation and a little extra flavor. Take some dried parsley and just kind of rain it down right on top of these air fried potato wedges. Heck, put some in the dressing too. Makes it a nice finishing touch. And now we can devour. I bet your friends and your family won't believe that these came out of an air fryer. They'll totally think that you like bought them at the store or something. They really are that good. Seriously, it is amazing that in 20 minutes you can transform just a real humble potato into something as delicious as this. So there you go. There's my quick and easy air fryer potato wedge recipe. I hope you give this a try. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear your comments. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you are new to the channel, welcome. Welcome to my kitchen. I am so glad that you are here. Until next time, I hope you want to cook.